Nick, we've got to move on to the tennis and talk about Jack Draper. He's just gone out. It's just happened in front of us right now. Bit of a shock, isn't it? I think most people expected him to go really, really far this year.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, Draper was he's top 5 in the world, and he's competing for Grand Slams, coming off a semi-final at US Open last year. Yeah, but Marin Čilić is a danger. He's a floater. He's always a dark horse, and people forget he's a Grand Slam champion. He's one of those guys that actually had a breakthrough when the 4 of the greatest of all time were playing. But Marin Čilić, I think he really remembered what he could do on a tennis court, and on grass he's dangerous. He's one of the best servers in the world still. Incredible backhand. But Draper just looked a bit out of sorts, came out a bit flat. Obviously 2 sets to love down. It's never easy to come back, but again, this Wimbledon's been so strange. So many upsets, so many seeds falling. Looks like the draw's opening up for Sinner and Alcaraz.
It really is unusual this year, isn't it? You know, all the people you said at the beginning of the tournament that you'd expect to do well have gone quite early, right?
I mean, Draper it's a big loss because this was, he was carrying the hopes of winning a Grand Slam, and now Cam Norrie, turning into a bit of a veteran of the tour, is still, going pretty strong, and he had a great win yesterday against Tiafoe. So the only hope left is Cam Norrie on the men's side.
Yeah, I mean, looking at the Jack performance then, do you think, how important is it to start really well in a match like that? Because it looked like he was kind of hanging on throughout.
Well, this has been the couple years in a row where Draper kind of struggles at Wimbledon a little bit, and whether it's not playing in front of the home crowd, the home pressures of trying to carry the flag and go the distance, I'm not too sure what it is, but Draper doesn't look, to me, as comfortable on grass as he does the other surfaces, which is strange. Maybe because Wimbledon plays a little bit slower to the previous grass court tournaments, but I'm not too sure. He'll definitely be very disappointed. Going out in second round and in your home slam's never easy.
Čilić looked good, didn't he?
Yeah, I mean, look, Čilić is, he's one of those players where it's on his racket. He serves well, he plays aggressive, and obviously he's got 3 kids now, I think, and he's got a family, so he's playing for a lot more than himself. So he's going to be a dangerous player for anyone who gets him in the draw. So yeah, Draper wouldn't have been happy having Čilić second round.
Psychologically for Jack, how difficult do you think it will be for him to pick himself up after a result like that?
Oh, look, it's inevitable. As I say in tennis, you have to be a good loser. You're basically losing pretty much every week. So the good thing about tennis is it's all year round, and there's events every week. So, look, it'll be easy for him, and he's still young, and he's got such a bright future ahead. But look, Wimbledon only comes once a year, so he's gonna have to wait.
Where do you stand on that argument, by the way? I think I heard somebody say the other day there are 127 losers at Wimbledon and 1 winner. Mm-hmm. If you come second, are you second, or are you a loser in your head? Because it says a lot about your psychology in sport, doesn't it?
Again, he's reminded me of the fact that I lost in the final. No, like you get there and you realise that you were very close. Mm-hmm. I mean, obviously I was 2 sets away, but you take it as a positive. If you're coming second, you don't think about it like that. You made it to the final. You did all that hard work. But for me, I was definitely motivated by it, and the next Grand Slam I really felt hungry to do well. Mm-hmm. But for Draper, I just think he just looked a bit out of sorts today, and I think he'll respond. He's a great athlete, very professional, does all the right things, got a great team around him, so he'll respond. I'm not worried about it at all.
What was it today, you think, that was missing from his game? What was the reason behind that defeat?
Well, it's a tough matchup. Čilić historically plays pretty well against left-handers. Anyone with a good two-handed backhand, especially on grass, and Čilić, that's his best shot. He's serving backhand. He's won Queens before. He's had great success at Wimbledon. And I think that he's never beaten a top 5 player, at Wimbledon ever before, Čilić. So this is a first for him as well today. But I think he's just enjoying his tennis. He was injured for a couple of years, coming back, and he's just free hitting the ball, and he looked like Čilić of old.
I'm not betraying any trust here, right? But I love watching football with professional footballers when they commentate on the game when the cameras are off. And I was watching you talking about Jack when he was playing there, and you did say you felt like he was serving to his backhand a bit too much. Yeah, strategically, was that wrong? Yeah,
I think it was wrong. But left-handers, they do like to slide that ball tee and go wide on the advantage side, and that's to Čilić's strength. And when Jack was under the pump, he went to those serves I think a little bit too much, and that's just the student of the game in me. That when I watch tennis, I haven't had a coach in like 6 or 7 years, so I'm always trying to break down tactically what players are doing, and Čilić just looked like he executed well, played the bigger points well, and that's just what happens.
If you could sit down with Jack tonight at the Dog and Fox and have a chat with him, what would you put your arm around him? What would you say to him? Come on.
I mean, look, I'm probably not the best person.
You are the best.
I mean, maybe not, but I'll probably just say, look, I think the execution and the tactics, maybe he could have done a little bit different. I mean, he knows. You don't get to top 5 in the world without understanding what you're doing out there. So I would just probably drink him under the table, and then and make him forget about it, and then go again.